This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news this evening, a jury rules a guilty verdict for a Sarasota man accused of murdering two well-known members of the Newtown community. It was back in June of 2015 that Ronald Howard was accused of shooting and killing two longtime neighbors of his on 33rd Street in Sarasota. Police officers at the time responded to the single-family residence where 65-year-old Johnny Campbell and 83-year-old Carlos Suarez Jr. had been shot. One victim died at the home, while the other died while being transported to Sarasota Memorial Hospital. According to police, the victims and the suspect had known each other for quite some time. The prosecuting attorney and family members of the two victims were elated that Howard was guilty on all counts.
He was found to be guilty of premeditated murder in the first degree for both Johnny and Carlos, and also the fact that he had a weapon in his possession. He's a convicted felon 8 times over.
It's like a huge weight lifted off my chest, you know. It's been a long time. Like, we've been having a comeback for trial dates and stuff. It's been a lot, you know. I'm just glad that justice was served.
Howard will receive life without parole on both premeditated murder charges. The man accused of killing 4 people in Tampa is now formally indicted on 4 charges of premeditated first-degree murder in the Seminole Heights killings. Today, Howell Donaldson III was formally charged in the deaths of Benjamin Mitchell, Monica Hoffa, Anthony Nioba, and Ronald Felton. Donaldson has been held without bond since his arrest on November 28th. He will be arraigned next Tuesday. Earlier today, Senator Al Franken said he's stepping down from his position following accusations of sexual misconduct. Now, the mayor of Venice is having to answer questions regarding a photo that is floating around on social media. The picture shows Mayor John Hollick in what appears to be him grabbing the breast of a woman. ABC7's Rick Adams has more from City Hall in Venice.
Well, we did catch up with the mayor here about the photo, and what he says is that it's all a big misunderstanding. This is the picture that has surfaced. It shows Venice Mayor John Hollick grabbing the chest area of a woman. The mayor says what was in the woman's shirt were either balloons or small soccer balls, and his hand was placed on her chest.
My hand was on the dress, but the only thing that I would have felt would have been either the balloon or the shrunken athletic ball. I was not touching her breast.
Hollick says the picture was taken at least a year ago when he was in downtown Venice with his wife. That's when a group dressed as pirates approached them. One of the women recognized the mayor and wanted to take a picture with him.
I'm sorry that it happened. I can't apologize to the woman. I don't know who she is. I can apologize to the city that I let it happen.
Many folks we talked with near City Hall had mixed reaction to the picture. A lot of them saying more information needs to come out before any judgment is made. For Venice residents Sharon and Donald Matthews, they tell us they are disturbed by the picture.
Disgusted. I just don't understand why a man would put his hand any place around a woman's breast. I mean, that's just, you don't do it.
It's just unacceptable behavior to do that. Joking or not.
When we asked the mayor if this is something where he feels he should step down from his position, this is what he told us.
If that's what the people, not a person, but if the people say something should be done, I will definitely listen. I mean, this is not a career for me. This is a job that I do with passion for the city.
And regarding who took the picture, the mayor says he doesn't know. Time will tell exactly how all this plays out. Reporting from Venice, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you so much, Rick. Well, some big changes in the weather coming up. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, big changes in store, but tonight, same story as we saw last night. Fog developing rather thick in some areas already, especially inland areas, and that's going to be a concern to start things off tomorrow morning. Now, some showers well to the north of us, but visibility is at 2 miles. Last night at this time was down to about a quarter mile at the Venice airport. Now, 8 miles at Sarasota currently. This will probably get only more intense as the early morning hours move on. Now, what we have is this frontal boundary located to our north. It's fairly stationary right now. A few showers breaking out ahead of it. This is going to stay to our north too, it looks like. But look at this. Snow as far south as Houston now. So yes, Texas getting snowfall, and it's dropping further off to the south at this point. And that snow is going to be a big problem for places like Atlanta tomorrow and stretching off toward just north of New Orleans. Now, this rain, as I mentioned, staying to the north of us right now. A few inland showers possible, but generally fog is our concern. I mentioned the snow starting to fall as well near Houston, and this will spread off into Louisiana throughout the day tomorrow, causing some headaches as far as travelers goes across the deep south. 70, it's warm. The dew point at 69. Winds are out of the east northeast at 7. That little wind is helping the fog kind of keep not as strong as it was last night. The pressure 29.96 inches. I want to show you some snapshots of some weather moving on through our area beginning Friday evening. There could be some strong storms, even some severe weather, with a possibility of isolated tornadoes as they make their way off to the northeast. And you'll notice this is up until 2:30. Still some heavy weather around tomorrow evening, and it looks like Saturday morning. We'll have more on this potential outbreak of severe weather coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
Great, Bob. Thank you so much. Protests continue at Verizon locations across the country, including right here on the Suncoast. Verizon has found themselves in the middle of a controversial debate over net neutrality. ABC7's Bobeth Yates has more details.
Verizon has found itself in the middle of a controversy with people protesting all over the country. Right now, a group has gathered right behind me at the Verizon location off Tamiami Trail in Sarasota, and this is just one of several. Around 700 locations have said people protesting behind me. Currently, the internet is neutral, meaning everyone has the same access, but a proposal hopes to repeal net neutrality rules put into place in 2015. The measure would give companies like Verizon the permission to begin blocking access to websites, purposely slowing down the internet speeds, or even interfering with online traffic. Now, organizations like ACLU say this could have devastating impacts to free speech, while supporters say eliminating the net neutrality rules will mean less regulations and possibly more investments and more competition in the internet provider sector.
There are electronic signals that move across the internet, and those electronic signals all have the same priority. But with the advent of powerful routers and equipment like that, they can structure it so that certain kinds of bits that are from Netflix or certain kind of traffic can be prioritized and allow a greater bandwidth and allow greater speed than other things. And this affects small businesses that are trying to develop themselves on the internet. Your web pages will load slower with smaller businesses, and whereas Netflix and larger rich media will load faster, but you'll be charged for that.
Now, protesters have been out here since about 5 o'clock, and they're going to probably continue throughout the next couple of hours, I think. Now, what we're told is that the Federal Communication Commission is expected to vote on this measure on December the 14th, and people like this behind me say they're wanting to get their congressmen and all their state lawmakers involved, saying, please say something to prevent this vote. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Bobeth. Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus strong winds and dry vegetation helping flames spread across California. And a class action gender discrimination claim against Google has been rejected. We'll have more on those stories when we come back.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if your loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Slowly dropping over the next couple of days. The weekend a little chillier than we expected.
Oh yeah, we expected it. Yeah, about a week ago we were thinking this was going to happen, and certainly it has. We are looking at some very cold temperatures too for Florida standards. Already snowing in parts of Georgia. Expected to snow there, I should say, tomorrow, and snowing already in Houston, Texas. So this is a pretty big storm system. Beautiful shot here by Fred Seeger showing some nice photo there of the sun setting. Appreciate that shot. And boy, look at all this rainfall and snow over into Texas. All this associated again with a fairly significant storm system, which will bring us a good chance for some much needed rainfall here. We're expecting quite a bit of rain, maybe an inch, maybe more in some isolated areas before it's all said and done. I think everyone will get in the act of that as far as the rainfall goes. And as I said, some of it could be rough going for some of the folks. You can see that rain stretching now from the Carolinas all the way over to Georgia now, and then mainly rain through Alabama and then into Texas. That's where the snow is falling. And some of it is fairly heavy right now. But for us, some showers to the north of us, pushing off to the northeast. Not much going on here. A few showers just off the shores of Clearwater Beach and Sarasota, Manatee County. All is quiet right now. Temperature 70. It's warm, it's muggy, and some low clouds are hanging around. Already some fog developing. The east-northeast wind at 7, and the barometer 2996. That has been falling throughout the day and will continue to fall throughout the day on Friday. The high today was 80. 75 is our normal, so well above average, even though we had the fog around throughout much of the morning. 86, the record set in 1972. No rainfall to report, and for the month we're well below average, and we were below average in November. Looks like we'll see that will be changing significantly on Friday, especially Friday evening and Saturday morning. Well, here's the forecast, a futurecast showing that snow moving right through Atlanta. They could get up to an inch of snowfall there, maybe more in some places to the north of Atlanta. Then for us, look at all the rough weather. This is Friday afternoon and evening. We'll start to see more showers and storms moving on shore and lingering into the early morning hours. It should be all out of here as far as the heavy weather goes. By sunrise on Saturday, we could still see some lingering showers up until midday, but behind it, things turning much colder and windier. Small craft advisories will be with us throughout the day on Saturday for coastal locations and all the way into Saturday night. Here's the rainfall forecast as far as the rainfall totals go. You can see most of the area in the 1-inch range, and the purple area could get up to nearly 2 inches of rainfall to the north of us, but this may change and vary a little bit depending upon where those storms set up. There is the potential for thunderstorms, especially tomorrow late afternoon and evening. Some of those storms could be strong to severe, and we could even see a few isolated tornadoes. That chance small at 5%, but it doesn't take much for these storms to spin up a waterspout and bring some problems to the coastal locations. So that's what we have in store for us. And then the cold air is set to move in throughout the day on Saturday. The coldest day will be Sunday, and Monday morning it will be very cold into the mid-40s. For boaters, it shapes up like this tomorrow. Morning fog around. Southeast winds turn to the south at 5 to 10 knots, picking up to 15 in the afternoon. Seas building too. Seas will be building up to 3 to 5 feet on Saturday. And the Gulf water temperature very warm, 70s, mid 70s right now. Here's a look now at the tides on your screen. The next high tide will be at 2:26. And the forecast tonight, fog and warm, 70 for your low. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, fog in the morning, a good chance for showers, mainly in the afternoon and evening. And they extend the forecast, 100% chance of rain. On Friday night, Saturday morning, things start to taper off. We turn cold and stay pretty chilly right through Thursday of next week. Well, last Wednesday, it was the end of hurricane season, the end of snook season, and my birthday. And Coach Steve Herrig said, come on out, enjoy a little R&R and catch some fish. Here's more.
Come and scoop it.
Get a look at this water, crystal clear, and you can see the dark objects moving along the shoreline on Longboat Key.
Coach Steve has spotted some snook along the beach here on Longboat Key. He's got his clients and assistants Julie in the house ready to go.
Catching snook is both an art and a science. It requires a lot of attention to detail.
Slow movement. See them how they're cruising? It's all about the presentation. Calm, be calm. Set the hook.
I missed this one by hitting it too early.
He's got it. Nice one, man.
Catching the formerly known soap fish can be difficult to say the least.
Snook is a whole different game fish.
Using lizardfish and blue runners we caught, Steve says putting the bait in the right spot is important.
Over them. Over them. You throw into them, they're going to scatter. We don't want that. When you feel the bite, I want you to walk towards the fish so he doesn't feel any resistance.
As his client JJ found out, it can be tough.
Put the rod down and reel, tight pull.
Go, pull it.
But Steve didn't let this one go. He stays with it and shows us how it's done.
Oh, he's got it.
And you can tell by the bend of the rod, it was a big one.
He's got it.
They have to be between 28 and 32 inches to keep. Bringing out the measuring stick to make it official.
Oh, 31.
That's right in slot, baby.
Way to go. Oh, hey, Bob. Hey. Happy birthday, Bobby.
And while Steve's clients caught a few others, it was Steve's that made the day. Hey, remember, take a kid fishing, because someday he may take you. His client was holding his, I should say his assistant, Julie, was holding his big snook, 31-inch snook. Had a little piece of that, too. He gave me a fillet and had it for my birthday. That was nice of him. Here it is again, Beach Fishing Adventures. This is unusual. This is a mutton snapper. You don't catch these normally here along our coast. Who knows? It may have been confused by the supermoon, or maybe Irma put it up here, but it's normally down in the Keys you find those. It's a nice catch from Bill. And then Magic Fishing Adventures, Captain Alan Roth getting this for his client. That's a nice redfish. That's a big red. Reds are good eating too. And then this kingfish, more charters getting a couple of kings for their clients. Right there you see that. That was sent in from Captain Scott Moore. And this one, Brian's mom. Happy birthday, happy 80th.
Wow.
Brian Marcy took his mom out there fishing and they caught a nice gag grouper. And I had a gag grouper last week. Captain Johnny caught. He gave me a couple fillets. Had that too. And my daughter, who loves grouper, that's her favorite fish, had a little piece of the snook and said, snook now is her favorite fish. And it is
there
good.
You go.
It's not in season now.
Okay.
All right.
Well, always looks like you guys have a fun time out there.
It's a good time, yeah.
Thank you, Bob. Well, multiple fires in Southern California blazing tonight. A new one erupting in San Diego County late today, forcing more evacuations. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in Sylmar, California with that story.
A new wildfire now spreading fast in San Diego County. Thick smoke blanketing streets as residents rush to evacuate.
I've been going up and down the roads making everybody leave. Well, I got one left. I need to tell the sheriffs to go get him. He won't leave.
To the north in Ventura County, 150 square miles scorched. The Thomas Fire closing in on this beachfront community. The heat melting glass over what was the back seat of this car and leaving staircases leading to nowhere. More than 400 structures destroyed.
A hospital, large apartments, homes, people's livings, yes, destroyed.
Across all of the wildfires burning in Southern California, the flames are fueled by low humidity and powerful Santa Ana winds, with gusts up to 60 miles an hour possible through the night.
Mother Nature really decides when we're going to be able to actually put the fire out.
Until then, a scramble for so many to grab what they can and get out.
Mandatory evacuation.
Nearly 200,000 people under mandatory evacuation orders. Even the youngest so grateful for the firefighters and showing their appreciation.
One turkey.
Thank you.
With her days of relentless work to contain the flames.
And they likely have several days to go with these strong winds expected through the weekend. So a tough battle ahead, especially for some of these firefighters on the front lines who have lost their own homes. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Sylmar, California.
A class action gender discrimination claim against Google has been rejected. 3 former female employees filed a lawsuit against the company back in September. They claim women were paid less than men, assigned to lower paying jobs, and were promoted less often. But a California judge denied that class action request this week, saying the lawsuit was too broad. The women's attorney says an updated complaint will be filed to address the company's alleged violation of the California Equal Pay Act. Google says its own analysis shows it had no gender pay gap. Senator Al Franken, Democrat of Minnesota, resigning today after being accused of touching women inappropriately. More than 30 senators have called on Franken to step aside. The push for Franken's resignation started after Leanne Tweeden, a morning radio host in Los Angeles, said Franken forcibly kissed her and groped her in 2006 during a USO tour. Today, Tweeden says she's not celebrating his resignation, but also says we cannot tolerate hypocrisy. We cannot have our leaders saying one thing and doing another. Franken says his resignation was for the people of Minnesota.
But this decision is not about me. It's about the people of Minnesota. It's become clear that I can't both pursue the Ethics Committee process and at the same time remain an effective senator for them.
Franken says he will continue to remain active as a citizen and activist. Well, stay with us. Sports is next, but first, here's Melissa McCarthy in for Jimmy Kimmel.
Melissa McCarthy here, subbing in for Jimmy Kimmel. Let's do this! I bet you feel pretty stupid now, Junifer. I guess your smart water didn't work.
All right, get me down. That's it.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Watch ABC7 wherever you are. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC7, we're here for you wherever you are.
Now, sports.
The College Football Awards taking place in Atlanta tonight, where some of the best college football players and coaches were honored for their extraordinary work throughout the season. Among the many awards, one Florida school landed a major win. UCF's former head coach Scott Frost was awarded Coach of the Year. Other nominees included coaches from Oklahoma, Clemson, and Georgia. Frost led UCF to a 12-0 season this year after the team went 0-12 only 2 years ago.
I inherited a winless team, but I inherited a lot of winners, and I'm glad that I could represent these guys here today. It's an honor for me to be up here representing the group of guys that made this happen. There was a lot of hard work that went into it, and we had a special team.
Assistant coach Troy Walters was also a finalist for Best Assistant Coach. The Knights won the AAC Conference Championship last weekend and will face Auburn in the Peach Bowl on January 1st. Although Frost led UCF to a victory this year, he recently accepted the head coach position at Nebraska. Miami Dolphins coach Adam Gase says backup quarterback Matt Moore will be out for at least another game because of a foot injury. David Fales will again back up Jay Cutler on Monday night against New England. Moore was hurt in a loss to the Patriots on November 26th. Running back Damian Williams also sat out practice today because of a shoulder injury, and his status for the Patriots game is also uncertain. That's a look at sports. We'll have your winning lotto numbers when we come back.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Naomi, my California closet designer, has been my partner in crime. She was genuinely fun to work with. We have had a ball collaborating on the 8 units that we have done in our home. The closets in the house are great, but the den is what everyone comments on when they walk in the house. And it's so beautiful. They say, whoa, who did that? And I said, it's California Closets. My name is Melissa, and this is my California Closets story.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. The IRS is cracking down on those who owe back taxes. They send out devastating letters, garnish paychecks, and even put liens on your home or business. You may have heard of it. It's called enforced compliance. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms and can negotiate a tax settlement with the IRS. It's that simple. And if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars, finally ending your financial stress. Now is the time for a fresh start. Now is the time to call Tax 10,000. 800-699-3188. That's 800-699-3188. Call now.
The perfect musical for the holidays is live on the Players Center stage. Packed with the big band sounds from World War II, the 1940s Radio Hour is our boogie-woogie bugle boy answer to the holiday blues. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. The Players Wild Broadway series wishes you a Merry Christmas with the 1940s Radio Hour.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast restaurant guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Venice residents getting into the holiday spirit tonight at the annual Christmas Walk in downtown Venice. The event featured live entertainment, food and drinks, and of course holiday decorations. Venice Avenue was lit up and Santa and Mrs. Claus even made an appearance. They came all the way down from the North Pole, and it was probably because the weather is much nicer down here.
Yeah, it is now. It is right now. Things are looking pretty good. And winter will be here soon enough, though, and you'll feel it beginning Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and it sticks around for a long time, too. We have another front moving through late next week.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob. And thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.